Join me, let's create this two-color bubu gown together. Welcome back again to my channel. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. To my old subscribers, thank you for always tuning in to this channel. I really appreciate. Please don't forget to share this video, right? Power suppliers will not stop my shine, so let's ride on, my people. Firstly, you're going to fold your fabric in this way. Let me firstly apologize for not ironing this fabric. Wanna know verse for me, oh? Wanna know say na Naija we dey. So let's go on. Firstly, fold your fabric this way. I'm going to fold this into two. But before then, you're going to mark out your starting point. This is very important. Mark out your starting point, then mark out the length of the gown. But here, you're not going to make use of the length of the gown. You know we are joining another fabric down, so you're going to remove like 11 inches from the main length of that gown. Me, I'm working with 48, then remove 11 inches, remaining 38. So what I'll be marking here is 38 inches for the length for this white one. The remaining 11 inches will be for that gold, okay? When you're done doing that, you go ahead to mark your half length. That's what you're going to mark here. Mark your half length, then you go ahead to mark your back. You're going to mark your back measurement divided by 2. Then you mark your sleeve. The remaining one, you use it as sleeve. You know you're going to cut everything together. You're going to use it as sleeve, which I use 8.5 here. But this is not what I'm using. This is not what I want for the sleeve. I'm going to join the sleeve. Okay. So when you're done with that, you go ahead to mark your neckline measurement, which I use for the width. I use 3 inches. Then for the depth, I use 7 inches. So it can use 8, it can use 9. But I don't want mine to be too much. My customer don't want it to be too open. So that is why I'm using 7 for it. Then head to the sleeve side. You mark your shoulder slope, which I use 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I connect it to that 3 inches I use for the neckline. Moving on, you mark your sleeve length. That is the wideness of the sleeve, which I use 12 inches plus sewing allowance here. From that place, that is where I'm going to create my bust measurement. That is where I'm going to fix in my bust measurement, my bust circumference. Now let's go ahead to fix in the measurements. Here I'm going to put my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 3.5, which is for both my sewing allowance and for ease allowance. 3.5 for both sewing allowance and ease allowance. Okay, that's what I'm putting here. Then from that sleeve side, you make a curve, an armhole curve this way. Then on that half length measurement, the half length line, you're going to measure your waist divided by 4 plus 3.5 inches, which is for sewing allowance and also ease allowance. Then you connect the line from that place down to that half length side. Okay, now moving on, you're going to, so now from there you're going to measure your hip measurement. That is where you're going to place your hip. From your shoulder, I'm measuring 26. Okay, from your shoulder, I'm measuring 26 for the hip line. Okay, you can use 25, you can use lesser or more than that, but standard is 26, 25. So after that, I'll go ahead to fix in my hip measurements. Hip circumference divided by 4 plus the 3.5, which is for sewing allowance and for ease allowance, as I measured initially on those other ones. So that is it for that. Then you go ahead to use your ruler to trace out the lines you've marked, which I'm doing here. So that is what I'm trying to do here, tracing out what I've marked. So yeah, basically that's what I've done. I've traced everything. I'll try to go ahead to cut out what you've marked, which I'm doing here. Carefully cut it out. Yeah, we are done for the front side. We are done for the front side. Now you're going to place the front on the another fabric. You're placing it on another fabric to cut out the back. That is what I'm trying to do here. You place the front on another fabric, folded into two again, then to cut out the back. Then from that end, you're going to mark 1 inch for the depth of the back, and for the width, you're going to still maintain the 3 inches for the width of that back. Okay, you're going to maintain that 3 inches. Then you go ahead to cut out. That's it. That's all you did for the back side. Then you go ahead to cut out. So this is what we have so far. Now I've cut out the remaining of the downside. I've cut the remaining of the downside, which I told you initially that is 11 that I'll be using for the downside. Because the full length is 48. Then I cut for the white one 38. Then for the remaining one will be 11 inches. But I mark 14 here plus folding. That is what I'll be needing here. Okay, now I will go ahead to cut my facing. This is the facing. Sorry, I'm managing this fabric. So this is the facing. I've cut out the facing. I'll use it to turn it out this way, and I'll bring it for us to see. I will do that for the back and for the front of this design. Okay, yeah. Now I'm done turning it, and this is the outcome. This is it. So this is it after turning it without facing. This is it. Once they bring light, I will head to the iron and do the needful. So sorry for that, there was no light here, and light cannot stop me from doing my content, never. So now go ahead to join the shoulder side with 1/2 inch. I'll go and do that, and I'll bring it back for us to see. Now I'm done doing that. I've joined the shoulder side, and this is it. Our side is gradually coming into a beautiful design. Now let's head down to the next one, which is the downside, which is rejoining the gold fabric at the downside. Okay, now get your gold fabric this way, which you've cut this way. You know, you're going to cut it with the length of the downside. That is the same length of the downside, the wideness. That's what you're going to cut here. Then place it this way, front side facing front side, back side facing back side. Then you make a straight stitch on this side and on the other side too. You're going to do that on the other side, and we'll bring it back for us to see. So I'm done doing it. This is the outcome so far. This is what we have. Yeah, this is it. This is what we have. And I'll also go ahead to tape the downside with 1 inch. Now for the sleeve side, I've cut out the remainder of the sleeve because the sleeve I'll be using is 26 from the middle of my back to the 3/4 of my sleeve. So I've gone ahead to fold it this way also. This is what we have. I will go ahead to stitch it up to the body of this cloth. Okay, I will stitch this sleeve to the body, and I'll bring it back for us to see. Right? Yeah. So let's go and do that and bring it. Then I'll go ahead again to hold the both side with 1 inch. Then the 2.5 will be for ease. You know, we added to 3.5. Okay, you understand. Now these tassels, I'll just use my needle and thread to tack it up with a gold thread or a white thread. That's just it. And this is the beautiful outcome. This is it. 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 This is the outcome. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share this video, like, comment, and share again. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.